from the great state of Texas. You are now listening to Skip the Noise podcast, a Rounded Edge media production. Thank you so much for joining us. And by us, of course, I'm referring to Rick, aka the Brown Python, Ben, aka Mexican Nostradamus, and myself, Benjamin James, here for another tremendous episode. Shout out to Mike Tacklebox for the music. And well, the big news of this week, just recently, a ransomware group managed to pull off a hack on the Colonial Pipeline, which supplies, it's pretty significant pipeline. I think 10 states rely on this, and it's, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's pretty
25% of the nation's
what was it again?
oil. 25% of the nation's oil
so there you go.
Travels through this pipeline.
Right. So pretty big deal. Shut down production completely. Apparently no actual oil was lost per se. However, obviously it disrupts distribution and things of that nature. So the group, there's been some speculation, but it has now been confirmed apparently by the FBI that the dark side is responsible for this. I just read that.
Dude, I'm not talking any shit. Hey, if there's any dark side people listen out there, you're cool with me.
Yeah, you're cool with us.
Yeah, you're fucking cool, bro.
That's a good point.
Douches, man. Don't worry about it.
Let's just show. Well, I don't know.
You know what? Hey, let's clarify. That did not come from the Mexican Nostradamus, who could see in the future that the Darksiders would fuck my credit and everything about my life up. But that came from the Brown Python. So just letting everyone know, because, hey, Darksiders were cool. Good video game. Good stuff. It was a good video game. You guys,
fuck them bitches, all right?
Oh boy.
I'll say this. We'll wait and see. You know, when investigations have completed.
Rick's gonna get deported.
We'll see
they're gonna hack in his shit, and they're gonna take away his citizenship somehow, and ICE is gonna show up and take him away.
That would be pretty bitching, man.
That's what's gonna happen.
Be awesome.
Pretty bitching. So
fuck with Darksiders.
But anyway,
I mean, think about it. They're gonna send me back to Mexico. I ain't got to take care of my kids. I ain't got to be with my wife. I'm going to start a brand new life over there. Think about that. Fucking cool.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
You know, the more and more you talk sometimes, we may have to start like a Skip the Noise fund for counseling. Maybe some good couples counseling. That may not, I'm just saying. I'm not a guy, there's no shame. But maybe a little bit of couples counseling.
This is therapy, man. This is like therapy for me,
Okay.
You guys are my unlicensed therapists.
Oh boy.
The audience out there is my the audience out there is my non-judgmental viewers.
Pretty sure they're judging you. Pretty sure they're judging you right now.
So feel free, Skip the Noise listeners, if you feel giving, just hit me up on Instagram. And send a donation. We'll use that. I promise. We'll use that for Rick's marital counseling.
Yes.
But Ben, to the topic at hand, Ben, you had a little bit of a theory on this, that things might not be exactly as they seem on the surface. What do you think?
I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit because I kind of see a couple of angles. So the software that they're talking about, this is pretty secure shit, right? And they're talking about these ransomware things, but isn't it so amazing how they're just so happening this ransomware thing, which is disrupting supply, which of course does what? Increase the price. They're doing this just before the summer price increase. It just seems a little bit too, this is a big pipeline. There are several security protocols. I know people keep saying, oh, we're so vulnerable, this and that. Not when it comes to money. Like we're pretty good with that. So for this to happen around the same time that you're going to have your annual summer price gouging because of everyone, because everyone trying to take family trips and stuff like that, now you can tack on another 10% because of this bullshit that's going on with this hack. So to me, I just think it's it's just a little convenient that this hack occurs around the same time that prices were going to go up anyways. So it gives it almost an exponential raise.
And you know what? Prices too. It's funny you brought that up. It just brought this thought into my mind. Not only are prices going up and the people are about to go, like you said, on summer vacations, people are going to go the fuck out of some summer vacations because they've been pent up for a year. Mm-hmm. So just in researching the little trip we're taking, certain family members and friends or whatever have been reporting back to me. We kind of got lucky on our little situation and we're able to get a place in our destination, which I ain't going to tell you shit.
Don't tell them
where I'm going. I'm going to tell you where the fuck I'm going. That ain't none of your fucking business. Anyway,
Yeah, man, just tell me when you're going to Thailand, man. You know what you're going for.
I am. I'm going on a dolo mission to Thailand. So don't. My phone will be off. I won't be on any social medias. All blacked out. We're going. What do they call that shit? Incognito.
Nice.
Yeah, to Bangkok. So don't ask. Don't expect
to
a
bang
show
some cock
for 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But I was lucky enough to get a hotel booked over there. I don't know how I did it, but no. But in all seriousness,
we know how you did it, bro.
I know. I got connects. But in all seriousness, shit's booked like fuck. Like people are going.
Oh yeah,
people are going in droves. So, the whole point of me saying that was just that it's going to be even more of a fucking cash grab because it's already a busy time. It's going to be a fucking busy time.
Right. 100%. And then if you're thinking about that, so that's what I don't like about this whole situation. I mean, I know they're talking, yes. I mean, there's a possibility hacked and everyone gets hacked, but it just seems a little too convenient because as we all know, the oil companies have been just taken in the ass this whole year. No one's actually been driving. Prices have remained low as part of a way to kind of maintain the economy, but now they want to start recouping losses. And then you throw that in there, a government that is a little more primed to a greener type energy outlook. What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to start raising these gas prices, So I wouldn't be surprised we see $4 a gallon by the end of summer, or we see, pretty close to that for your premium grades. This is a big deal, guys. I mean, this is going to cripple and stagnate the economy that everyone's so worried about. I mean, these high gas prices are huge. So you
think by bullshit 4th of July, you think we're going $4 gas?
Yes.
Is that official?
Premium? Oh, premium for sure. Premium for sure will be at $4.
So put that on the books. That's a Mexican Nostradamus prediction. We'll see what happens.
I say by August we're $4 per gallon. I mean, regular.
You combine the high gas prices with inflation that's going to happen pretty soon. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt you see 5 gallons in the East Coast and the West Coast.
I don't know. $5. I see
Hawaii, man.
The big problem. Well, Hawaii, yeah, maybe, and West Coast, but West Coast is $5 anyways. Not like not routinely, but relatively. It's something that happens quite often. I think we're probably like, national average. I really think we'll be at $4, for the regular stuff by August. I mean, we're going to see some serious problems with this. So I think, but the way that the gas companies always do this and the oil companies have always continued to do this is they perpetrate these supply and demand, fakes. We're producing, and we're actually producing in the United States more oil than we ever have through both net fracking, through everything. So to try to act like we can't catch back up with supply and demand just because a pipeline goes down supposedly for a short amount of time, it's just all bullshit. So, like even today, I paid $3.50 for premium today.
Oh shit, man!
It's already there. I mean, it's reality. It's already happening.
I paid $2.97 at Costco for premium.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Nice.
Oh, I got it at Kroger.
Really nice.
$3.40. Well, I mean, we pay more up here. We pay more.
Yeah, I know you do.
Because this place sucks.
I don't know what you're doing there.
Sucks.
Yeah.
But how does software handle these pipelines, dude? I mean, when I think of a pipeline, I'm thinking of this big wheel where you like turn the knob, and it opens the pipeline and gush gas right through it,
Well, no, it's pretty amazing. I actually have a little bit of knowledge in this area.
I'm thinking, how do you hack that shit?
I know. Well, actually, software controls flow rates.
Yeah, I was about to say it's all
pressure.
Yeah, it's all computerized.
It's gangster, and it's funny because some of these companies do this by utilizing like a Bixby or Alexa. They can actually determine flow rates or utilize commands to control their oil infrastructure in the pipeline. So it's actually pretty neat. So, like I said, this is a pretty big national resource. For it to be hacked and for it to like kind of just cause enough problems for there to be probably another 5 to 6% increase in gas prices, and then you add the summer increase, it sounds like a money grab to me. I think this is all bullshit.
You would think that there would be a backup system to this, right? Like, hey guys, our software's not working. How about we just get that big wheel and just turn the knob and turn on the pipeline?
Rick, I don't think everything has to do with just pressure. Okay,
it's all pressure, man.
It's not like a big game of like shoots and ladders, but the pressure version. I mean, it's you can't turn this knob and this one.
There you go, man.
Go.
Like a fire hydrant, just kind of turn the knob and.
Unfortunately, that's not the way it goes. It would be awesome though. It would be awesome. And you know what? You should put that in the.
That should be a backup
box.
system.
You should put that in the suggestion box.
I will.
Yeah. Whenever you walk
the noise
past the
suggestion box.
That's right. Or whenever you when you're working at the coast, the hell's it called again? The
pipeline.
Your ass pipeline. So whenever you're in the break room of my ass pipeline, and you're about to go get your chili cheese Fritos.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty
you're gonna wash it down with that
chili cheese Fritos.
Chili cheese Frito.
You're gonna wash it down with that country time lemonade. 35 cents out of the soda machine.
Oh boy, this took a dark turn.
Once you do that, you can write that down in the suggestion box, Rick, and you can throw that in the little thing that they're never going to look at. And I know they're never going to look at it because I've worked at companies where we offered a suggestion box. Oh yeah, and it's just basically a front.
Well, let's be realistic, right? A suggestion box is really a figment. That's like the Easter Bunny
giving you the illusion.
Yeah,
that you have
it's
a
a
voice.
joke. No one cares about what you really think. Like hold on, skip the noise. Like real moment. If you work somewhere and they ask you about how you feel and they make a big deal about it, guess what? They don't really care about anything you're saying. They don't give a shit at all. So don't be.
You know what happened? You know what happened to me? I'll be real quick with this. One time I worked at a job and they had one of those things once a year. They had this meeting where it's like a suggestion box, but it was in person. You signed up for they had multiple throughout the week, right? Like 1 or 2 or 3 a day. So all the employees got a chance to register for which one they wanted to go to. I went to one. It was only me and a couple other people for that particular time slot. And it was off site. You had to go, but you got paid for it.
Right.
So you go and you sit in this conference room at this little, whatever chamber of commerce or somewhere down the road. And so, but the big boss wasn't there. She had a couple others there. So I could, she couldn't make it, but we're going to take notes. Oh, okay, cool. So we say all this stuff, right? And they're like, yeah. And they're all writing it down and shit. So guess what happens? A couple days later,
everyone gets fired.
No, me and the 2 other people that were in that meeting, individually, all 3 of us got called into the, had to have a meeting with the boss that wasn't there. And were questioned about all the things that were on the paper.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. I was like,
wait a second. Was it
no.
A positive light or negative light? Hey, man.
No.
It wasn't a positive. It wasn't hey, you guys have great suggestions.
No. In a very threatening manner.
Fuck.
Yeah. So that shit.
But
So that's
what I'm saying. Don't be stupid. Don't be naive.
Don't be stupid. That shit's bullshit. Man.
And if they say, "Oh, hey, that questionnaire is what's it called? Anonymous," that's bullshit. Because every time you do those questionnaires, they ask you for your employee ID number or some type of identifier.
Or they say, "What department are you in? What time do you work?" They know.
Yeah,
they have a way to figure out who you are.
How tall are you? What department do you work in?
Yeah. They'll send you a link to your email.
Do you have any
distinctive tattoos? Click on the link and do the survey.
Oh, that's the worst, right? When they send it to your email. Oh, this remains anonymous. Oh, my ass, it does. Okay, sure. Right. Yeah. So, anyways, to me, I think this just seems like a big money grab. The oil companies are greedy. They want to spike some profits, especially with I think this administration is probably goading them on with the whole talk about the new green deals and basically trying to pump electric vehicles and stuff like that. It's just another ploy by the oil companies. I don't think this is as serious a situation they're trying to make out. It's just a way to make more money.
Well, who do you think? Well, let's talk about the dark side. Do we think they're are they like a Russian-based hack thing? Because here's something that I thought was interesting from the and I don't have quotes or whatever, but the articles I read suggested that the organization, the hacker group was oh, we just were trying to get money, but we didn't mean to cause all this chaos. Like, what the fuck? Like, who says that? Like, what? I don't know. That just struck me as
That's
odd.
what I'm saying. It sounds like horse shit.
Like that they had a spokesperson that was like, well, no. We didn't mean to like fuck up your whole, we just wanted a little money.
dough.
And they're saying, well, this group may have gotten in over their head. I don't know. The whole thing just seemed kind of weird to me. That doesn't seem
that's kind of weird.
Like something that doesn't seem like something a hacker group would say. Normally a hacker group, even if it's like two dudes in some conference room in Arizona, like with a couple of laptops and a couple of telephones.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Vin
Fucking
Diesel
boiler
room
room
style.
Hell yeah,
Boiler room
bro.
style.
Right there. Always closing.
Always closing. Always be closing. ABC, coffees for closers.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So even if you're like something like that, you've got like a dark hood on and like a Satan mask, and you're like, we will completely fuck every system. Hacker groups are never like, my bad. We just wanted to kind of get a little bit of
maybe it was
money.
high schoolers, man. Maybe it was
No,
like
bro.
early
Maybe
college kids.
That'd be pretty
Bullshit.
sad if that's the
Because
case. That'd be.
This just further incinerates the fact that it's bullshit, right?
Yeah. You know, it could have been some of these executives' kids. He like, give it a shot, man. See what happens.
That'd be fucking crazy.
I don't think
Like,
so.
my kid didn't mean to do it. You know, he was just playing around. He just
I
wanted
still
some
think they're a
quick
Russian
cash.
group. I still think they're from Russians. I definitely think they're still Russians. They're just, I mean,
Do you?
they're Russians that are friendly with us. I mean, you don't think that we do the Russians a solid, they do us solids. I mean, it's the reality, right? It's like, you know, like,
Right.
ooh, hey, guskidi, hey, you want,
Hey, have a couple people hack our bullshit.
yeah, papagaya, you know, after the whole thing with John Wick, you know, they want some payback, maybe. I don't know. Either way, when it comes down to it, I think this is all just a front once again. And so guess what, American people, you're going to be paying a lot of money for gasoline, even though we are
guy pays
shipping
at the end, huh?
and importing
Always.
more oil than almost any country in the world outside the Middle East. The United States producing more oil. We have so much fucking oil, but we're going to be paying unbelievable amounts for it. So,
Hey, you know, it's kind of weird that we're producing so much oil. Middle East has a ton of oil. Venezuela has a shitload of oil. This is not running out anytime soon. People kept saying that, you know, we're going to run out of oil in so many years. No, we're not.
no,
No, we're not.
we're not.
We got
anytime soon.
billions and billions of years of
Trillions.
decay.
Well, wait,
hold on.
years of
Do we
years
have-
of gas?
wait.
Whoa, hold on.
Do we
Yeah,
have
dude.
billions? Do we have
Billions of years of decay.
Bro,
That-
bro,
that-
bro.
Okay.
Do we have
Hold on.
billions of years?
No, of
billions of
decay.
years.
Of decay.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
was going
yeah.
to say, do we
Of
really-
organic decay.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. No, you
But
can't
how
really say
fast?
that. You can't say we have that many years of organic decay because
Why?
remember,
Bro, we got billions
do I
of years.
really need to go into the lifespan of the Earth? The Earth's been around for 4.4 billion years, of
There you
which
go.
the first 2.5 billion years were not inhabitable. It was mainly planet forming, and we also evolved and made our own moon by a massive crater. So the Earth
That's
was
a theory. We don't know
lava
yet.
ball. And then roughly about less than 1 billion years ago, life began to sustain itself. And then we had massive die-offs. And that was when the first organic decay came. So it would be billions. of
No.
years.
The first organic decay came out of the first organisms that started living and
Probiotics.
proliferating.
Protobiota.
Probiotics,
That was less than
bacteria.
1 billion years
That's
ago.
right.
Less than 1 billion years ago.
That was not less than 1 billion years
It
ago.
was way.
It was about
The
2
Earth had to
billion years
cool.
ago.
The way Earth had to cool, bro.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna go straight full like right here. Okay, the world was built in 7 days. Okay, and we literally have just a couple hundred years of organic decay. All right, there you go.
Yes. Dude, I remember
Science wins. Yeah.
Bro, I had a boss. There's a couple of funny things. So I had a boss that was you know what I'm saying? Like she was about that life, you know, good Christian, good Christian gal.
About that
She was
life.
about that life.
Salt
And
life.
she really, you know, she was real salt life. She was really about that Jesus, and you know, on like the southern Jesus tip, you know, like
yeah. You mean
taking
the
them
full,
like the
you mean
7 day. Yeah, like
full.
for sure
Like-
the earth was created in actually 7, like in other words, like 7 times 24 hours of like the way we think of the world. Like that was truly the belief.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some movie, blah blah blah.
Like Sean Penn, I Am Sam. She went all in.
Or whatever the Christian network is, TBN or whatever. Yeah, there's some movie on TBN that like it showed exactly, the blueprints and shit, how Noah made the ark whatever the fuck, dude. Yeah,
you guys were talking about this at work.
Yeah, like during lunch or whatever, and I was just kind of like kind of checked out. Like,
that sucks,
dude. Like whatever.
Getting the Jesus talk at lunch, man.
Yeah, getting the Jesus talk. But it wasn't. What's funny is like that's not like that wasn't her whole like personality. And if she never brought that up, you would never think that. But it was like, but if you got into the discussion of like religion, then it was that. You understand what I'm saying? Like everything else could be normal.
Turn
like,
the switch on.
She's pretty cool. But like, yeah, as soon as we start talking about religion, then it's like, wait a minute, fuck, do we live on the same planet or what the fuck, dude? So anyway, I don't know.
No, bro, I had a boss like that too, where he was all in that life to the point to where he said, and I quote, this is not exaggeration. He literally said that dinosaur bones were planted to root out the non-believers.
Right.
So that dinosaur bones were like a kind of like a way that God was trying to sort out the believers and the non-believers. That's how far they go. Like,
dude, that's true. What are you talking about? That's exactly what happened.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Fuck this. Skip the Noise just went to shit.
The entire field.
That makes sense to me.
The entire field of paleontology is bullshit. They don't know what. Yeah,
it's just Satan worshiping. It's really all it is.
It is. And it has a political agenda.
All the dinosaurs are like goat heads. That's what it is. And they're all circled by pentagrams. Yes, they're Baphomet.
Yeah. That would be dope. That'd be such a great album cover if you could do that.
That would be pretty dope
for a metal band.
So, anyways, moving on from organic decay and some bullshit, and we're gonna guess what, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna pay a fuck ton for gas this summer. Let's move into something a little more lighthearted. So, in my neck of the woods, in good old, Plano, Texas, not my neck of the woods necessarily, but there was a protest that went down. Where I'm located in that DFW complex. So there was a little protest going on. Rick, you want to chime in on this one? I think you like this one a lot.
I don't know. Nobody likes this stuff. I mean, but I was kind of surprised to see a BLM protest that spilled over into the streets and started blocking traffic. You don't see
you were
that much
surprised
stuff.
to see that?
I was surprised to see it.
You were surprised.
Were you?
I was surprised to see it in Texas.
Okay.
In Texas.
Okay.
Now, what I wasn't surprised about was the reaction to some person that he had to this blockade of the traffic. So this guy gets off. Okay, you see the video.
He gets off on where?
He gets off on the street. I mean, he gets off his car, starts walking towards the front of the crowd, and he starts yelling at them.
We'll explain it better because I know the picture. So we see the picture that me and you we all saw. So explain, like, basically explain where the BLM people are and where the individual who was involved.
So the BLM people are at the intersection.
Right.
Okay. So they're blocking traffic on all four sides. This guy, he came in from one of those intersections from the car.
Right.
Now, I think that the BLM protesters had some vehicles blocking the intersection as well. So it's not like cars could ram through them.
Right.
And disrupt that. So I think they had cars parked in these intersections to block traffic intentionally. And so there was a backlog of traffic, and this guy got really angry. He's this big white dude.
Right.
He probably looks like at least 6 foot. Easy.
Oh, he was a big guy. From the picture, that was a very large man. Yeah,
a very large man.
He could rock.
And I guess he knocked the phone off some lady, and a scuffle was about to ensue. And one of the BLM protesters pulls out a gun and points it at him. Okay. And at this point, a cop who had just been idly by is standing watching this whole thing happen without stopping it. Then he decided to intervene before this guy got shot. Okay. So, and this guy was pissed, man. I mean, you could tell he was angry.
Right.
He was yelling profanities and, cussing everybody out, wanting to start a fight. I guess he had somewhere to be, man. I don't know what his story was. He probably had a job to go to. Probably going to get fired if he was late one more time. I don't know. But he was pissed, and I'm pretty sure everybody else in that traffic was pissed too. But they didn't go through that length. The sad part about this whole thing is that the white dude was the one who was arrested for aggravated assault. That's the sad part. And the BLM protesters who blocked traffic illegally didn't have a permit to protest on the street. They're fine. The guy who pulled out the gun, nothing happened there. Even though that's aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Right.
So, it's sad, dude. It's a sad state of affairs when you're allowed to block traffic, you're allowed for anarchy, and the guy who's justified in being pissed off about this whole thing gets arrested. Come on. Anyway, that's just my spiel. I don't like what happened. I hope this thing doesn't happen in the cities across Texas. I mean, Texas has been pretty calm when it comes to this whole thing. We're not the West Coast yet, but anyway, it was kind of disheartening to see it.
Right. Well, and we've seen, so just to also further characterize, what Rick's saying, there's been a lot of Black Lives Matter protests where they'll literally block off whole areas in traffic. So they will stand in freeways, they'll stand in intersections. It's a way of protest, which is almost reminiscent of earlier, I guess, protests, especially for the civil rights movement in the 60s. So this is not a new tactic, right? This is not something that just started, but yeah, it's definitely something that's enraging people. So my main after watching this, right, I would be mad. I would be pissed too, right? I get mad if someone's blocking traffic. If I'm trying to get home from work or something like that, of course it's going to incense people. I guess the real crux of this issue is that someone pulled out a gun, and that's when things can go south no matter what. So that's a big problem. So I have to agree. I mean, it doesn't matter what group you're with. If you're pulling out pistols, whether you're the person who's mad that they're blocking traffic or you're the ones blocking traffic, if you're pulling out pistols, that's a real issue, right? I mean, that's a real problem. Yeah. But the white guy, of course, perpetrated, could have probably instigated the incident slightly, but beyond the fact that he was pissed. I mean, of course, the protesters pissed him off initially, or he was already mad, whatever happened. But by him interacting with somebody and slapping their phone, that's already the first instance of assault.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
so if you look at it from a legal breakdown, he threw the first punch, right? He slapped away someone's phone.
And I've listened to like on the street level, as far as like the officers or deputies, law enforcement, because I deal with them a lot for my work. And I have, like, for example, I just had a case a couple days ago where somebody, allegedly tried to run somebody over with a car.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah. So that's always good. And so anyway, the point of the story is I've heard a lot of those conversations between, maybe it's 2 or 3 officers, and they're discussing like, well, the guy came over and he walked he walked right in front of the car, and he kind of aggressively, like, those are the kind of things they analyze, just like you said, Ben, like the guy slapping the phone. That all gets taken into account. And I'm not a fucking lawyer by no means, and I don't know all the nuances of, what goes to what and how charges get built and all these things. So don't pretend, I'm not pretending like I'm speaking intelligently on that, but I do know that, like whenever they do break down incidents like that, where it's not exactly clear who is the instigator, all that shit gets taken into account. And sometimes it fucking just gets tossed out because it's not clear,
Yeah.
Right.
But what the concerning part is that, I guess for the better part of 2020, a lot of these protesters didn't carry weapons, and you're starting to see that now. You had that incident in Portland where the guy, you had some Antifa protesters pull out their guns on a gentleman who was walking out of his truck. I guess they were harassing him. I think he ran through the line of protesters, and they stopped him. And he pulled out his gun. They pulled out their guns, and he was tackled down, and his gun was removed, and then the video stops. So, I mean, I don't know. They're starting to carry guns. It's starting to get escalated. it's just a matter of time before somebody shows up and with a gun and starts shooting. And
yeah, dude. And here's the thing too, like in like the potential laws here in Texas with completely free fucking open carry,
right? Yeah, like you don't need a permit anymore or something like
don't
that.
even need a permit, right?
Yeah.
So it's just going to, as much as in let me be clear, I'm definitely a supporter of the Second Amendment. However, like, yeah, it gets to a point. In other words, don't expect this kind of shit to go away with that. It's just gonna, honestly, stuff like this, it's gonna be more of that. I've heard people say people get emboldened by stuff like that. Dead serious. Like, there's, not to keep bringing up all these little isolated incidents from my job, but they provide good anecdotal evidence of shit a lot of times.
No, man,
so
you see
I will
everything.
continue.
Yeah,
No, it's true. So anyway, so here's a perfect example of some shit like that, right? So there was a crazy guy. He was walking around talking to himself and being fucking weird. Not it wasn't threatening per se, but it was getting there, right? It was in that kind of in between area where it's like could be perceived as a threat just because of how fucking obviously mentally disturbed this person was, but wasn't directly threatening anybody. Okay. So he walks, he's walking around, he's in the parking lot, and he bolts out, right? So he's gone. And so then here's when all the conversations come in, and then there's where I come in, where people are asking me and they're talking to me and shit. And there's this one guy who, like, he's in his truck and he's like, yeah, man, I got a concealed carry, man. If he would have took one more step, I would have blasted him right in the head. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, it's not that same. Like, you can't just fucking kill somebody because they walk towards you. You know what I mean? But that's, fuck, man. People have that mentality that, like, well, you invade my space, so I get to fucking put one in your fucking temple. No, you don't. You don't get to do that.
Yeah. I get to put one in your big
You
blues.
really don't. Yeah.
Oh,
you can't somebody can't just walk in your fucking buffer zone and you fucking, you know what I mean? Put them to sleep.
Buffer zone.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking.
Well, right.
There's no coming back from that, right? You shoot somebody dead.
No, bro,
there's no coming back. That's it. It's over.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Somebody
like,
from this earth.
There's this weird perception that, like, if anybody, just because you've got a permit, well, now it doesn't even fucking. So in other words, just think what this is going to do when that's even gone, right? Like, open carry was one thing. In open carry now, mind you, it puts a lot of pressure on private businesses too, because that's another thing. I have to carry, like, right. No, you don't, like, but private, you can say, no, you can't, because you're on our property. So yeah, we have to carry these little cards that have it all spelled out, like, in legal terms, like, no, asshole, you got to get the fuck out. I know what the state says, but once you're within these doors, that's a no can do. We can decide that. So
yeah, you see those stickers all over the businesses too,
right? Because you have
the gun with the little symbol on it. Yeah,
right. Or everybody just be like, I can do whatever I want. You come in there with their, just fucking twirling their goddamn Glock around, like, hey, if anybody comes 2 feet from me, I'm gonna fucking. It's not how it works. You can't just shoot somebody because they're walking in your direction.
I mean, they don't respond. It's not like a game where they're gonna come back and
right,
live out the rest of their lives. I mean, it's kind of stupid. It's permanent. So
very true. And to just kind of key off on this point, just kind of moving along, we also seem to have had, I don't know, I believe 7 mass shootings in the last weekend. One involving one person shooting 6 people at a birthday party. So just kind of teeing off on the gun angle.
That was this weekend?
Yes, this weekend. 6 people were killed at a birthday party. I believe it was in I know you're gonna ask, and I totally forgot, but yes, it was either in, I gotta double check, but it was 6 people killed at a birthday party this weekend.
Damn, wasn't there one a few weeks ago in Louisiana? that at a birthday party
that
too?
was another birthday party too, and this also happened.
But that was a few weeks ago. So
Yes.
this is a different whole different one. Oh,
yes,
God.
there were 7 mass shootings this weekend.
Dude, how many mass shootings do you think there'll be in Thanksgiving? I mean, these seems to be like a family thing, you know?
It's more than one a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting ridiculous, right? I mean, it's kind of happening everywhere now. I mean,
it is. You know what though? Like, here's one thing though, and I'm not discounting the fact that there's an elevation. No. Hold on. This is more of a. Just pay attention to how you look at statistics, okay? So you can throw out the term mass shooting. It means something. Or here's the other buzzword. Air quote active shooter. Okay?
Yeah.
A gang member shoots another gang member while he's shooting. That's an active shooter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So in other words, what I'm saying is whenever the media tidal wave comes with, you know what I mean? When that's the thing, when mass shooters is something, and I'm not discounting that there's a rise. Yes, there's a fucking problem. I've on this podcast, you can go back and check. I've very, profoundly spelled out my thoughts on mass shootings and all that stuff. All I'm saying is the media's interaction with the subject. Also, don't discount that they'll throw more wood on the fucking fire by grouping things that would normally just be, you know what I'm saying? Like a double homicide. If it's more than one person, it's a fucking mass shooting, right? So they can throw those terms. Well, here, or there's an active shooter in wherever, and it automatically gets put into a different category. And once again, I'm not saying it's not a fucking bad thing, because it is. What I mean is once that's on the plate, you know,
right. Well,
it's very easy
here's
for
the
some
numbers.
publication to.
Well, here's the numbers. So to kind of break it down. So this weekend, actually, I was wrong. There was 10 mass shootings across the United States this weekend. Of the 10 mass shootings, 17 people were killed and 33 were wounded. One was the birthday party I mentioned. That was in Colorado Springs. There was 14 shootings in Philadelphia. Phoenix, there was an overnight shooting at a Hyatt Regency hotel. 1 man left dead and at least 7 others wounded. Woodlawn, Maryland, 3 people are dead. Another was injured during a shooting at a townhome Saturday morning just outside of Baltimore. And then, just kind of continues to list the rest of them: California, Newark, New Jersey, Milwaukee, St. Louis County, and continuing on. So that those are going to be the exact numbers. So that's what you had, guys. I mean, basically, a weekend, what would we constitute a weekend from Friday to Sunday, right? That's roughly 24, 48, 72 hours?
10 mass shootings?
Yeah, so that means every 7 hours there's a mass shooting on the weekend.
Damn. What is it? Is it COVID lockdowns that they're ending and all these assholes are coming out? I mean,
I don't know, man.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's just people are just,
they're going crazy, man.
Yeah, that, and I think people are just assholes. And people just don't know how to take either rejection or reality. But either way, they're just their reactions to everything is just completely discombobulated with everything. I mean, people just don't know how to handle anything anymore. And I don't think this is just COVID. I think this has been going on since the 90s. I think this has been just this slow turn of individuals that just cannot handle anything. If they're made fun of, they kill people. If they get fired, they kill people. Any type of rejection results in people getting killed. It's just it's almost like a bunch of spoiled brats.
Right. But I
go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick.
No, go ahead. I was gonna.
Y'all are so polite.
Oh, we are. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, fucking give me a kiss.
Reach around.
All right,
give me a kiss, sweetie. Yeah. No, but so here's the thing with so I don't think that. Yeah, you could definitely argue that COVID helped or not helped. That's not a right word to use, but made it worse.
Helped.
It helped.
COVID helped.
It helped kill. It helped more people get fucking waxed.
Okay. I think we all knew what I was trying to say. What I meant was it accelerated it because of the same reason that you brought up, Vin. The foundational issue, and you're not wrong at all. What you just said, I agree with what you said. People, they don't know how to react to stuff. But what I think, the underlying, and not the only reason, but I think a big part of it is just kind of the breakdown in, there's not a social, what you call it. There's a breakdown in basically the social, structure of like how people interact with each other. There's more of a disconnect, right? The individualized lives, I don't think helps this scenario, the way that the direction it's moving with society in general, right? So you go back, you take it back like a century. Obviously, they had plenty of other kind of issues to fucking contend with, but you definitely had to be interwoven into a community just by your basic existence. You know what I mean? You woke up, there was people that expected you to do certain things. You better do it or shit doesn't happen. Well, now, man, you can kind of just fucking exist, dude. And you don't really have to there's no actual, in other words, you could sit in your fucking apartment. Let's say you work from home, right? You could feasibly not leave your fucking apartment for the whole year. You literally could survive that way.
You order food on your phone.
Yeah, you could order everything. A century ago, that absolutely you would die. You just die. You couldn't survive. You have to be a part of some sort of a functioning network. And what that does, the whole point I'm trying to make is psychologically, people expect things from you. You have to do that. You're just interwoven into the fabric of some sort of a community. Humans are social fucking creatures. Say what you want. You can't do it. That's why people in solitary confinement go fucking crazy. So I'm not saying that like all these people are in solitary confinement, but you go down that spectrum of, you know what I mean? Of that psychology, and you're leaning towards that, you're closer to the solitary confinement side of the spectrum. So it's not a surprise. There's more, in other words, there are more people, the way society, the direction has gone. There's more people, I think, on that far end of the spectrum that are closer to the effects of what happens to somebody when they're in solitary confinement. Just to put like a abrupt example to it, there's more people existing in that mental space than were before, and I think that number keeps accelerating. And I think more and more people are subjected to that kind of lifestyle, and it's their own. And I'm not discounting their own responsibility. I'm just saying statistically, every year there's just more and more people that exist like that.
These people, they don't have anyone to tell them, hey, those thoughts are wrong, or get their mind off certain issues. If you're by yourself and you think and something bad happened to you, somebody wronged you, there's no one there to slow down the brakes, to stop you, to take your mind off of it. It just keeps going in your head until it bubbles up, and then you go off and I can't take it anymore. I'm going to shoot this dude now.
Yeah. And not only that, it's not only just, and I think a lot of people look at it from the perspective of like, oh, you're, it's not like, oh, they don't have anybody to tell them it's okay and nurture them. No, sometimes you need like a dad to be like, stop being a fucking bitch and just do it.
Yeah.
They don't have that even. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they don't have that interaction. They don't even have somebody who they interact with that's just like, stop being
You don't want the
pussy.
survivalist guy, dad kicking your ass. My dad was a survivalist.
He was a fucking survivor.
My ass.
And I'm not saying that
higher learning reference, guys. Higher learning reference.
Obviously we're going, that's the extreme example, but it's the same thing. It's like, you don't have that interaction with people that are like, hey man, it's kind of fucked up that you're in your room for 23 hours a day. Yeah. You sleep 1 hour a night. That's kind of weird. Maybe you should fucking do something about that. No, probably there's nobody who is even checking anything they're doing. So they just go further and further into like, well, what I'm doing is what I'm doing is what I'm doing. What I'm doing is what I'm doing. It's justified. It's justified because there's no pushback. There's no pushback whatsoever. Just like at a job, if you get somebody who's like fucking coming in late and blah, 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 like if they never get written up or if they never get fired or whatever, there's like, oh, well, what I'm doing is that's acceptable. So whoever there's people that are just existing and they're existing and they don't have anybody in their lives that's like, yo, hey man, maybe it's kind of fucked up that you're hanging out in your underwear, for 23 out of the 24 hours in the fucking.
Talking about dealing with upset and rejection and stuff like that. You know, I always looked up to Darth Vader.
Oh boy,
yeah.
Whoa,
I did.
Okay,
think about this. Darth Vader, as evil as he was supposed to be, never lost his cool. All right, Millennium Falcon takes off. Right. Wait. And what does he do? He just watches it take off and he just turns back around goes back to his office. All right. You had the princess escape, and Rogue One going into A New Hope. And Darth Vader, he just stares at this thing. He's like, okay, I got a plan for you. Gets on his boat, gets on his ship and starts going in there. So he never lost his cool. The dude never lost his cool.
I have to argue that point with that particular thing.
Not like that bitch ass Kylo Ren who starts like destroying the ship whenever whenever he can't get Rey or whatever,
Well, bro,
starts like beating up the wall and shit. I don't know, man.
Kylo Ren is kind of what's wrong with society, though, right?
It is, exactly.
Because the entitlement.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think it has to do with necessarily the way we live our lives, but rather that everyone has become so entitled in this new generation of I'm not necessarily talking about age generation, but rather this new generation of Americans. The level of entitlement and the level of just overall just like smugness has basically created this ridiculous environment where anyone gets denied, rejected. It all goes to shit so quick. So, I agree, but I don't know if Darth Vader would have been the best, the best source.
I mean, yeah,
he did kind of throw the Emperor.
He threw the Emperor.
He boards a ship and chokes some poor guy.
Yeah, but you know what?
He was trying to answer him and he choked him to death.
You know what? He didn't like create a whole scene throwing the Emperor. He just picked him up and threw him over the thing. Okay, didn't make a big deal out of it.
Didn't say made a big deal.
No, he did not, man. He didn't say like, "Hey, man, see you in hell" or nothing like that. So anyway.
Oh, dude, because he got his ass beat. He was like he had no arm. You heard the way he was breathing. He sounded like he had some like a serious issue. He was saving his breath so he could have that awesome moment with Luke whenever he took his helmet off, bro. Come on.
I'm just saying he always kept it cool, man. He kept it cool
with the story climax. Okay, come on. He had to keep it cool. He was hooked up to a fucking respirator in a big suit. Okay, he got too excited. Guess what? He blew up. He should have let. He lost. He didn't have the higher ground. This all goes back to that moment with him and fucking Obi-Wan. He lost, didn't have the higher ground, and he fucked it all up. And with that,
dude, I was my little son. Quit that story. My little son was playing with. We had swords, right? And he was fighting with my sword, and I told him, I said, I have the high ground because I'm taller than him. He's like 3 years old.
That's good.
And then Rick proceeded to beat the shit out of his child.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, right. I beat him.
And you're playing with real swords. That's what I assumed, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't have any other way, man. Of course.
Dude, that'd be so dope.
He needs to learn. Yeah, he needs to learn how life really is when you sword fight.
The world's not going to be kind to him,
No, especially when you sword fight.
Oh.
There hasn't been a good sword fight in a long time.
Like in real,
other than Olympic fencing.
Dude, that's actually. Have you seen those guys? That's pretty wild.
Oh no, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Actually, what I'm saying is, instead of road rage, where somebody like, they just scrap or they shoot each other. How about a nice little
fucking swords?
But with like rapiers, not with like katana blades, like with the little skinny, like the little skinny fencing swords. Like I'm not let them like kind of like poke themselves.
No, you're still talking about the streets here, man. If you're gonna carry a sword, you gotta carry katana with you or something.
What streets are you from? Akira? Come on,
dude. I've seen a fight break out here in McGregor in 288.
With
I was
swords?
like,
Someone brought out a katana.
no, it's just a fight. Some dude gets off the car.
Well, yeah.
Some dude get off the
that's-
car and
everybody
went to the
does.
car behind him, started throwing punches through the window. Anyway,
Yeah, but they should both be carrying like fencing swords. That'd be the greatest thing. That'd
and then
be
go, what?
so awesome.
Angor. You know,
Yeah,
and
On guard.
then-
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
exactly.
And like, oh, what is it? What they like? What do they say when they like hit each other? Like parlay or whatever the fuck they do. Dude, that'd be the
Isn't it
greatest
touche?
thing ever.
Isn't that where that comes from?
No, touche, and then they like go, oh,
Yeah,
point.
that's where that expression comes from.
That'd be dope. They like stabbing each other. They skewer each other in the middle of the street. And with that wonderful note, I think we're gonna take a little break, right?
Let's
I
do
think
it.
so. That's about that time. So thank you,
So everyone, choke your
everybody, and-
chickens, relax. Get ready for the back.
Fucking practice your fencing skills, your lunging and your
What's
dodging or whatever the techniques may
this?
be.
Parry. Ooh, parry. Dodge. Duck.
You know, one thing, before we hit the break here, I just have to say, my friends and I used to take great delight in the fact that Bruce Dickinson, mostly known for his duties as lead singer from the metal band Iron Maiden, I feel like he was a very accomplished fencer. I want to say he actually was an alternate on one of the England's Olympic teams. So that's a fun fact for you.
Ooh, nice.
And everybody's
Nice.
like, oh man, that's not that metal. And I'm like, no. That's about as fucking metal as it gets.
You can't get any more metal than that.
Right. To be like an Olympic level fucking fencer.
Hey,
Anyway,
the more you
we're
know.
going to hit the break. The more you know. Fun fact for you. That's just
that
little
stars
bonuses you
flying
get.
across.
Absolutely. So look forward to Party in the Back, and we'll see you on the other side of this groovy tune that I'm going to send your way.
It's groovy too.
Groovy tune. All right. So we'll see you on the other side. Peace. And we are back, and we are reporting from the pulse of the goddamn world, and I'm not taking that lightly. I really think that's the case. So we've got a local story here that I think everybody's gonna love. So in a Houston neighborhood recently, a couple of videos surfaced. There just happened to be a loose fucking tiger out in the neighborhood. Okay.
What neighborhood was it?
You know what?
Cypress.
I
think it was in
it's west.
Cypress.
No, it wasn't in Cypress.
Pretty sure.
Hold
it's
on.
Cyprus.
Let's specify.
Pretty sure it was yours.
Because at first, so I heard Fort Bend County, but I think that's where the guy is actually from. I think the actual footage was from Memorial. Am I crazy?
I don't know. I mean, it looked like a nice area. Might
Memorial,
be Memorial.
damn. I could see it.
I mean, if someone has a
Rich
line,
people-
it's gonna be in fucking Memorial.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. though.
Interesting. Yeah.
Ivy
So-
Wall is on Ivy Wall
So-
Drive. Hold on. I'm going to actually, because I'm concerned with the facts, since this is a local story, I want to
Because
get
you
everything
know why
right.
you-
So go ahead and talk while I look this up.
You know
Well,
why
I was
he's
gonna say-
scared? He's scared that Tiger's loose in y'all in his neighborhood right now. That's what he's fucking worried about.
Well, there's a zoo right down the street from where I live, and monkeys and tigers and bears can always come out.
Oh my!
and- yeah, exactly. Flying monkeys, lions, tigers, and bears can always come out and
Oh, my.
and attack me.
Oh boy! Oh
so
boy!
I'm always kind of freakishly.
Are you a little pensive?
Whenever I
Do you-
jog in the park, I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be
Oh
it.
my!
It's not.
Imagine if you had to really worry about that. Like you always had to worry about some flying monkeys could carry you away to the Wicked Witch of the East every time you went for a jog. How just intense would that jog be? Like you'd really want
very
to.
intense.
You'd really have to want to stay in shape to go jogging. In those conditions.
I'd probably turn obese.
Yeah. Oh, everyone would be obese just so the monkey couldn't carry it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause they can only carry up to 300 pounds. You see all these fat people just like, yeah, you can't get me now, monkey. And then that one
try now.
And then that one slim person who's running by just and they just pick his ass up.
Yeah, that can happen.
Thing ever. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. But nonetheless.
So I go to the zoo here in Houston and I see the monkey pit, and I think to myself, how come they don't climb out?
What, the monkeys?
Because there's no netting or anything on top of their enclosure.
But they usually are separated, right? By like some type of water feature or something, like between the wall and the and
most of the time they've got it set up to where it's very, maybe not impossible, but very, very difficult for whatever animal to be able to.
You think so? Because they have these trees that they can climb in, and maybe these trees are separated from the walls around them. But I'm thinking they can just jump over these walls, and
I imagine they may have tried, but I bet you a couple of them, probably got, a couple of them can't they can't sign language as well because, they slammed into the wall. So I'm pretty sure they learned over time, like they're not going to be able to get out. I mean, that's the one thing, but that is pretty sad though. It bums me out, man. I don't like
sometimes
do so much anymore. Seeing things that look kind of like us, just enclosed. Sitting there enclosed, like you're like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. So this is West Houston, just south of I-10, like energy corridor area. So
big money.
I know what that is.
Money.
So it's a nice neighborhood. Yeah, kind of Memorial-ish.
Energy corridor for you.
Yeah, a little energy corridor for all you locals out there. But anyway, so a fucking loose tiger. So what was interesting about this was within 5 minutes. So apparently somebody saw it, videoed it, posted it on their, their neighborhood. I don't know what social media platform they used to post this, but it was in their little neighborhood watch.
Next door.
Yeah, maybe next door or something like that.
That's the greatest app ever.
Within seconds, we had an off-duty Waller County deputy out there with his fucking piece ready to put a fucking bullet.
This tiger, huh?
Was he gonna fuck the tiger? Wait, hold on a second there. He pulled out.
He was, man.
Oh, that would sweet.
He had so I'm sorry.
Tiger heaven.
I'm really sorry. He had his sidearm. He had his
the way dude, you accentuate. Pulled out
dude, he was
peace.
Pants down. Whoa. Yeah, he had his dick out. He
was ready to ram Tony the Tiger. They're great.
Hey, what about the owner though? You had something about the owner of this tiger, right?
Oh, so that's even crazier.
Here's the thing. So the guy that was talking, so in the video, the gentleman, the off-duty Waller County, I don't have his name available to me at this moment, but you can look it up.
We'll just call him the tiger fucker.
Tiger fucker, yeah.
That's a good idea.
No. You know what though? I don't want to disrespect because dude actually controlled the whole situation. He had the gun on the tiger. He was telling everybody else to shut the fuck up. The other guy in the background was like, "Hey, no man, let me. I'm gonna get it." He's like, "Dude, you better shut the fuck up for it. Put a bullet in this fucking tiger. I'll put a bullet."
Okay, bullet. I said, you know what? I still think that tiger fucker needs to stay with this guy's name. I'm still going tiger fucker.
Tiger fucker. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'd call that to his face, dude.
Tiger rape.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like he meant business.
He pulled his piece out.
All right, so
say that shit.
Anyhow,
so the tiger handler guy, so he's controlling the situation. So somebody wants to wrangle the tiger. Is he the owner? The guy who wants to wrangle the tiger?
Apparently not, because now the guy that is in possession of the tiger, and mind you, this story is confusing as fuck, because every 2 hours some new thing develops, or there's some new development that it just keeps getting better and better. So from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I could be completely wrong. So he's not the actual owner, the guy that was in possession of the tiger. or at least removed it from that situation, which
No, he is.
I still have a lot of fucking questions.
So the
How,
the guy
how do you just get a
is the
tiger
owner.
in your fucking car? Okay,
No, he's
he
the
is?
owner of the yes. So the guy is the
Okay.
owner. So just to
Put
go
it- and he
back
put
a
it in
little
the Jeep.
further. Yes.
Okay.
The guy who's the owner in the video, you see him like kind of straddling the tiger and walking him back into the house or to the other part away from the cop.
Okay.
That is the actual owner. The owner is also wanted for murder
Right.
currently. But
Oh, God.
Yes, he is.
what the lion though does not belong to the owner of the home who is
Tiger. It's a
renting it.
tiger.
Tiger,
Okay.
who is renting it to the guy who's wanted for murder, who is the actual
Gotcha.
owner of the tiger. So the guy who's renting the house out goes, I didn't know there's a fucking tiger in this house I'm renting out. Like I have
Yes,
no
okay.
idea. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that's where everything got kind of mixed up because I think people are like, dude, you have a tiger in your house? He goes, no, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm renting the house to this asshole who apparently snuck a tiger into my home. So that's where the confusion.
I
kind
love
of
it.
goes.
Okay, yes. That actually that connected the only dot that I didn't fucking have a grasp on.
So it gets weird
so
though,
here's-
because the guy who rented the house apparently knows the owner of the tiger, who is wanted for murder.
Yes.
So he was
yes,
harboring a
right.
murderer.
No.
He
Just
might
so
not have known
happened
that,
that he
though.
murked somebody or allegedly murked somebody and was renting the home from the individual that owns that house.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
He is he's the renter of a home. So that's all. Yeah. So continue.
So yeah, so he took the tiger, obviously knowing that this was publicized. He tried to make a run for it with the tiger, threw the tiger in a Jeep, and was headed to fucking God knows where. They got him. He's in custody.
Nice.
However, they don't know where the fucking tiger is.
Damn.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
still loose out there?
I don't know.
There's a tiger loose in like Bel Air right now.
So there's the tiger loose some fucking where
In the energy
in-
corridor.
in the greater
Energy
Houston area.
corridor.
No, who knows? I don't know because I don't know where they.
Oh, because the guy took off. He left.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Why
he
didn't
took
they pull
off.
him
So
over?
I don't know where
So
they
he's
got
not
him.
there anymore. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys have a tiger watch going on over there. That's fucking nuts.
Bro, it's always something. It's always something here.
I mean, there's going to be a manhunt for this tiger. Holy
so,
shit.
I don't think they're really.
Yeah.
Or tiger
I think
hunt.
we're on our own, dude.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
I don't think there's any manhunt for anything.
I mean, there's going to be
I
a
think there's
helicopter
a
looking for
loose
this thing, right?
Dude, no.
Channel 10 News.
No, bro. No, there isn't anyone that's gonna help y'all. You guys
Jennifer Reyna going to get on the helicopter and tell
They're
me
gonna
what the
have to just
tiger
figure
is?
this
She
shit out.
might. I think so, man. Sophia Ojeda.
God.
Sophia, is she going to get on the tiger?
I like her too.
Oh, and this, the best part is apparently the owner, right? He has multiple exotic animals. This guy has serious issues with animals.
Yes, there was a neighbor that said, well, yeah, this is a quote from one of the articles. Was like, the neighbor was like, well, yeah, I thought one time or another I seen a chimpanzee like popping his head out the window, but I ain't never seen no tiger. so like they knew dude had some. Like,
I've seen a house fly. I've never seen a tiger fly.
I never seen a fucking tiger in my life. Like,
That's
how do
not
you
a chimpanzee. I didn't see a tiger.
That's
Oh, the best part is,
See,
guys,
bro,
it's
it's
a
like
Bengal
kangaroo and
tiger.
shit. Right.
it's a fucking Bengal tiger. So it's the biggest type of tiger that is like it's the biggest tiger.
It's
Bengal
funny,
tiger
though,
is
because-
massive.
Of all his exotic animals, he decided to shove the tiger into the Jeep and take off.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's the badass
Hey,
part.
dude, tigers are expensive apparently. Jesus.
Of all the animals he had, he decided to shove the tiger in there and took off.
Oh, dude, check it out too. So what's an interesting statistic is that, and they mentioned this. If you go to the Houston Zoo, I think this is actually posted somewhere. I
Don't
know
feed the tiger.
fellow podcaster Joe Rogan likes to explain this statistic. He's mentioned it more than once, is my point. There are more, and if you've never heard this will be quite shocking to you. If you've heard it, bear with me. There are more tigers held as pets in Texas and I'm not bullshitting you, than there are that exist in the wild.
That's
on
depressing.
the planet. On the planet.
That's depressing.
That's gangster.
Let me say that one more time. There are more tigers that are living as pets to owners in the state of Texas, which is part of the USA, than there are living in the fucking wild on Earth.
In Texas.
I love this state.
So the fact that a tiger got loose, and what I was telling you guys in the break, my favorite part about this fucking story, to be honest with you, it's like I just goddamn within minutes there was a motherfucking off-duty law enforcement officer with a gun, just like, no, this ain't shit. This is a fucking tiger. I got my fucking gun. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 in this fucking thing. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it's a fucking tiger. I'm gonna go murder it. Like,
it's that easy, man. It's not hard to find somebody with a gun trying to shoot a wild animal.
Dude, like the overall fucking gravity of the situation was just like, nah. Like, it's like somebody's pit bull got out of the backyard and shit.
Guys, this is the developing story, gentlemen. So apparently,
dude, I love it. This is gonna take all part of the back. Is about
Mr. Cuevas, the individual who's been charged.
Oh no, dude, call him out. I'm sorry.
Jose,
What's his
his name is
Hugo?
Jose. It's called. Hold on.
Hugo fucking.
No, Victor Hugo Cuevas. Apparently, he's doubling down. The lawyer's doubling down, saying, "No, that's not his tiger. It's not his tiger." So even though this man is either the tiger's owner or he's the bravest person you've ever seen, because he straddled an unknown tiger and rode it like a pony into his house and then threw it in his Jeep to bail.
And threw it in his Jeep. So that's
dude, that guy scares me. Anyone who can manhandle a Bengal tiger into a Jeep or straddle it and make it go where he wants it to go. I mean, that's like Wizard and Wardrobe shit.
Oh,
who rides a tiger?
I love this fucking story so much, dude, because so here's the other part that I like is that he threw it in the Jeep and he was trying to fucking bounce. Like, who knows? Maybe he's trying to go to Baton Rouge. Maybe he's trying to go to Tulsa.
That's such a random place. He was going to go to Natchitoches and just check it out.
He's going to go to Natchitoches, Texarkana. He's just trying to straddle that state line, brother. He's going to
a random place. Just going somewhere.
Fuck it, man. Yeah, because you got a whole lot of, if you go Albuquerque, you got a whole lot of Texas to get through. So you're going to want to go east. You're going to want to get into Louisiana where it's like, whatever, like nobody, you know what I'm saying? They don't really care anymore. So I'm just logical. I'm thinking he's going I-10 East. He's trying to hit, I think he's trying to hit Baton Rouge, bro. I don't know. We'll see. We'll investigate and we'll report back. I'm just saying, if I'm rolling with a tiger, I'm trying to get the least amount of Texas possible before I'm in the clear. So I'm thinking he's going I-10 to clear that Louisiana state line.
Isn't it weird that the lawyer is coming out and saying that tiger was not his, but he's totally ignoring the murder charge?
Yeah,
what the murder charge?
It's like, yeah, he's already in trouble.
Could have been him, man.
Yeah, he's playing scary.
Wasn't his? Okay, I could be completely wrong. Ben, you've got it pulled up on your phone.
I'm trying to decipher.
I feel like the murder was in 2017.
Yes.
Am I crazy?
I mean, it just happened.
So he's still just chilling? Like he's still waiting for his court date? Or what the fuck is going on? It's 2021 right now.
I know. 2017.
That's 4 years.
And the best part is all this happened Sunday night. So we are 24 hours post. And there's still a fucking Bengal tiger running through the streets of Houston right now.
We don't know it.
It's 24 fucking hours. Dude, so right now there's so many like dogs that have just been fucking aced. I mean, this thing's going to get hungry. You know how many poodles have been just taken out on the way to the
It's just a matter of time, dude. He's gonna find a
That's
trail or a
fucking
park or
amazing.
something. He's just
Oh,
gonna
dude.
start jogging
Oh,
down.
he's gonna hide out in fucking Allen Parkway. Like joggers are gonna be going by. He's just gonna just snap. Done.
No bullshit. I've seen. So, man. Okay, I'm gonna break off. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Little Benji, the fucking human metaphor.
Here it comes. The metaphor time. Is
Real
it
quick.
the cat mechanic?
I used to run. Nah, it had no cats, no automotive repairs being done here. Before it was cool. Right now it's a whole new thing. If you go down to Buffalo Bayou downtown, like right at the edge of downtown, that whole park, it's all fucking redone and like you can't even park anymore.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gentrified.
back when I used to frequent this place way back in the day when fucking nobody went there. Okay. There was homeless people under the bridge taking dumps and like the whole, but that's where I would jog. And this is like high school and shit. I would go down there. And what's the story? Oh yeah. So I saw in the bayou, dude, multiple times, fucking gators. Cause there's a little parts of the trail where you come right up along the bayou, and I'd be looking down and be like, oh fuck. You want to talk about your whole body like gets like a little bit of a buzz of like, whoa, holy shit. You see a real live gator fucking hovering around in the water.
Yeah, man.
It's like, oh fuck, dude. Like I used to start speeding up and shit. Like, okay, I want to get the fuck away. I don't care if I'm fucking 100 feet away. I don't care. Like, I want to be nowhere near where this thing can. Anyway, my point being, so I've been in very close proximity to like a gator, just in a regular setting.
A wild animal that can eat you. Yeah.
A wild animal that can fucking kill you when it wants to. Like you aren't doing shit to a gator. If a gator is coming at you, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're outrunning that thing, you are not doing a fucking thing to an alligator. A tiger, by very much the same token, you are not doing a fucking thing to that tiger that it doesn't want to do to you. Okay. So can you imagine, like, dude, I ride bikes, I jog, like a big part of my recreation is like being outside and like cruising or whatever. So yes, I always carry like a knife or whatever, just in case there's a fucking gnarly dog tiger or whatever.
Oh,
well, yeah, I never, somebody wants to take lunch money. Yeah, so I might have to fucking get somebody for their milk money. But you never know if there's a wild animal. And not
looking at you, man, just wanting to eat you, sees a nice little snack running around.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
on that bike,
your body gets that like, oh shit. Like, in other words, like there's I think 2 or 3 times. Cause when I went to UHD, among other things I saw in that fucking bayou that ran right through the school. One of them being a corpse. That was always, that's cool.
Yeah. People
all of a sudden there's like a lot.
Time,
there's a lot of cops and there's everybody around there. There's like a crowd standing on the bridge. I like tapped the dude on the shoulder. Hey man, what the fuck's going on? Oh yeah. See that fucking lump down there? That's a dude. That's a homeless dude that got fucking murked. Like, oh, cool. Let me go ahead and go to economics now and learn about. Anyway, shout out UHD Gators. What's up?
Oh, but yeah, literally UHD Gators. They
are the Gators because there's gators like fucking running around right there, fucking eating homeless people. Like,
right. I used to get nervous when a dog used to chase me on the bike. I can't imagine seeing a tiger behind me just running, trying to catch me.
The fear of being chased by an apex predator. I mean, imagine that really puts your place on the food chain. You really understand how little your brain that makes you so smart really doesn't do shit when there's a tiger.
It didn't do shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I took my family. So a few years ago, we took a little day trip to Austin. Okay. They have this little, like, if you drive out into the hills a little bit, they have this little misfit zoo. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called maybe it's just called like something simple, like the Austin Zoo. It's worth checking Austin out. Zoo? Yeah, of course they're keeping it weird. It's Austin. So it's like not, you know what I mean? It's not like the Houston Zoo where it's all commercial and all that bullshit. Right. This is like llamas with cleft palates and like all the animals that like they don't want shit.
The fuck?
Bro,
Llamas with cleft palates.
You know what I mean? It's like all the like the rescues or whatever. But like they did
camels with 3 humps. Huh?
Yeah, man. They had a lion, and he was in this enclosure. But it was like this. It wasn't to my specifications of safety. Like it was some kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was some sort.
Yeah, like that park chain link fence between you and that lion, right? Bro.
Like I'm sure they had to go through some sort of regulatory organization.
Not awesome,
but for my personal preference, I was like, so this lion was pacing, dude. Once again, you know what I mean? You go to the Houston Zoo right there in beautiful Herman Park. You can take a little paddleboat ride. You know, they've got this shit is on lock for like decades. Right. So it's like clockwork. Like they feed these animals like when they're supposed to be fed. You know what I'm saying? At the Austin Zoo, maybe the dude who works there, I don't know, maybe he took a little break, dude. Maybe he took a couple rips off of a bong. And he's like, oh, fuck, bro, I forgot. Like, maybe it's like 12:34. I was supposed to feed the lion and shit. Oh, fuck. So anyway, like this lion hadn't eaten. So it was pacing. Like there's that little door. like I'm sure it was locked and shit. But it looked like a little door that went in. Like if you open the other side, it'd just be some little bullshit office.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. This lion was pacing. Like for its food. And I remember walking by it like with my children. And I was like, let's keep going. Cause this looks fucked up. Like that thing was hungry, dude. Normally when you see the lions and shit, they're dosed up. You know what I mean? I don't care what they tell you. Like they jack them up. They jack them up with fucking Quaaludes. Oh, okay. After we do this, Rick's Quaalude story. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So hold on, bookmark. Let me just finish the Austin Zoo. So they're walking. He's pacing. He's pissed off, and I'm like, all right, let's cool kids, like check out the lion, and then let's get the fuck out of here. Because it was no, it was 100% making me nervous. Normally, if you go to a regular zoo, it's like whatever. This zoo, I was like, man, like there's just not that many sophisticated barriers between me and getting fucking eaten for my standards. Okay. So I was like, let's go check out the roosters or whatever that are just fucking running amok around this whole place. Like loose, dude. Yeah. There's like loose roosters just running around everywhere. And it's tight. Shout out to the Austin Zoo. Cause actually it was a dope little experience. It was kind of cool. So I'm not shitting on the zoo. I'm just saying with the lions, y'all might need to step up your sophistication
or feed them.
Chicken wire. Chicken wire is not going to hold that lion back.
Right. Let's not do normal fucking, pickets you get from Home Depot, 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something
harmless,
extra.
Man. They're harmless. You know, they had them since
they're all good, dude. You train them, dude. Yeah, they're fucking. They were raised in captivity. They're not going to eat you like Siegfried and Roy. So we walked, dude, bro. So we that didn't work out. So we're walking and we're moving past, dude. The fucking thing roars.
Oh hell no.
Okay. You've heard the lion
thing roars.
Check this out. Check this out. This is real shit. You've heard lions roar in movies. Everybody knows what a lion roar sounds like. From when you're a kid, you've got those little books that you punch the button. It's like roar. Like that's the lion. Lion makes a roar. So you know how a lion roars. Okay. Bro, you don't fucking know what a lion roar sounds like. When you're 30 feet from a lion and it fucking roars because it's hungry. Bro, I'm not fucking kidding you. My every molecule in my DNA was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't want to say like panic, but it was like this vulnerability like I've never felt in my fucking life. That thing was like it was this guttural, like the bass that was in this fucking roar. Yeah. And it wasn't even a full roar. It was just kind of like a, hey, fuck you, I'm hungry. It was like this little rumble. Wow. I was like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. So in other words, that was like a long way of telling you you're fucked. Like there is absolutely, it's just a feeling of like hopelessness.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Dude,
like if that thing jumped over, what the fuck? What are you going to do? So anyway, props to the dude that had his fucking Glock and was ready to take this thing out.
No shit, right?
Because, dude, I'd have just been like, I'm just going to stay in my house and barricade. Just a
barricade.
I'm just going to barricade. Stay in my garage.
Yeah. So I had an interesting thing with Quaaludes.
Oh, yes.
Happened to me.
Yeah, you teased it, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, so, Quaaludes, I didn't really know about these things until I saw Wolf of Wall Street, right? I think everybody else did.
Right.
It was kind of this generation.
They were popular like in the 70s.
In the 70s and 80s, you know.
Yeah.
And the US government outlawed them. And so whatever, I was just like, okay. So in comes this customer, okay, or not a customer, potential client, whatever. And he's telling us about some things that we're doing in the business and this and that. But then he's like, hey, I have a side business. I'm like, oh, okay, what is it? He goes, I was wondering if you guys can make some Quaaludes for me. I'm like, for what, dude? They're illegal. You can't. What are you gonna do with Quaaludes, man? You can't sell them. He's like, no, they're illegal in Canada. So you can make them here in the U.S. and then export them to Canada. And I'm like, no, what? No. He's like, yeah, it's totally legit. I already checked it off with the DEA. They're okay with it. And I'm thinking, man, like, okay, dude, show me where the DEA tells you it's okay to make a Schedule I narcotics and then sell them to other countries.
Is that like meth? Yeah. Did they say you could also do that with meth and sell it to Canada? That's no problem.
Well, no big issue there.
Half of that story was correct. I mean, they are still legal in Canada, but they're like a Schedule III over there.
Oh,
okay.
God. A lot of Bill Cosby's up there.
and then they're still legal in places like India and whatnot. Okay?
JELLO.
But I can't believe that. Anyway, so he's telling me, and I'm like, okay, well, how much do you want? I mean, what are you looking for? Like, he goes, oh, I want a few thousand a month. I'm like, whoa, what the heck are you talking about? Yeah,
bro.
Like, do you have buyers for this kind of thing?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I got plenty of buyers. I'm like, oh, you're fucking stupid. You gotta leave. Like, seriously, I can't believe I'm still asking him questions at this point.
Because you're thinking about the money. You're like, well, cost,
maybe
profit.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he is right. Maybe they are legal in Canada and I can make them here in the US.
You're like, I did just turn down that other lucrative bid from the state for phenobarbital. I got to make up that money somehow. Maybe I can just sell the date rape drugs to the guys in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Quaaludes. Hold on. Let's be fair. I don't think Quaaludes are like a date rape.
Oh yeah, bro. It's like a volume derivative.
Oh yeah, don't they just get you fucked up or something?
Yeah. They use them all the time on chicks to get them like, that's like that's like one of the Mickeys, a Spanish fly type.
Really? But I thought people used them like voluntarily, like as a.
Oh no, people get fucked up on them. Yeah, but they also give them to chicks and knock them out so that they can,
Got you. I guess I didn't realize. Yeah. I didn't realize that was.
Hey.
So this guy later on, I don't know what he thought he was. He must have thought he was like Wolf of Wall Street, Walter White kind of shit, because he was into some shady shit later on. I came to find out, he got busted for making his own prometh with codeine and selling it.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. That could have been a serious issue. That guy was bad.
Yeah,
bad,
he was bad, man. I mean, trust me, I didn't do anything business with him.
I mean, only for 2 years.
No. I didn't sell any Quaaludes. I didn't make any Quaaludes. Besides, getting the raw materials, dude. I was telling him, where do you get the raw materials?
You're still examining the possibility.
He definitely thought about it. That's been established.
Because, I mean, in all honesty, the cost-benefit ratio just wasn't really where I needed to be to commit this. I mean, Rick, you would have been You
I
would
would
have
have made,
me
a couple million, but I would have spent 30 years in prison. And then lawyers'
Yeah.
fees, I probably would have netted, $10.
That's not a good trade-off.
You would have been me too. This is the source of all the rape drugs. It's just your picture.
Dude, I was, what I was thinking about? I was like, imagine if I actually did something like this and then sold them to Canada, quote unquote, and there was an outbreak here in Houston of Quaaludes. Oh
Yeah.
my God, dude.
And
The
you're
DA would
responsible?
have been.
Oh,
yeah,
bro,
of
you would have had
You're
a
the only one making them.
helicopter. Yep, dude, you would have had a helicopter. Guys like coming in through the ceiling. It would have been just dang.
Oh, it would have been terrible, dude. But there's people out there who are trying to make this stuff.
Oh, they still are. Well, China,
I'm sure they are.
China's big about that.
What, Quaaludes?
Or no, just making drugs. So basically, you can send a
right.
chemical formula to China, and they'll make it for you.
Yeah.
They'll make
Yeah, or-
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah, they'll send you the raw
Yeah.
material.
Yeah,
They'll be like,
they'll
here's
send you-
here's
here-
concentrated Quaaludes or whatever the thing is. And
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Just make sure she takes it and you wait 30 minutes. I mean, isn't that on the directions for Quaaludes? Find
Dude,
intended
it's-
rape victim, give to, wait 30 minutes.
But then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, well, if they're still legal in Canada, why don't you see more of it here in America? I mean, you don't see them here in America anymore, but they're still legal in Canada. So why don't they bring them over? And I'm thinking maybe this guy was just bullshit this whole time.
Yeah. I think he's, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're legal in Canada for sure.
So
Yeah.
just make them in the US and send them to Canada.
This is a cry for help, or not a cry for help. This is a Canadian listeners, and there are some of you. We do have a little listenership in the Great White North. Let us know. Are lewds still in vogue up there in the Great White North? Are people still doing Quaaludes? Is that
do you remember doing Quaaludes?
Right.
Are you the victim of a
please comment
Quaalude
on our
crime?
Instagram, send us an email, do something. But that's what this guy wanted to rip me off. He was just like, yeah, man, you can make a ton of money by selling Quaaludes in Canada. Like, I'm sure I can.
Dude,
but
you would have been so screwed.
can you believe that shit, dude? People try to, what they try to do, man.
But hey, dude, money's money, right? Money's money. People are gonna figure out how to make it.
Yeah, this guy was trying to figure out how to make it the wrong way. I'm like, why don't you just get a job? Go up the corporate ladder, make some money like that instead of having to make Quaaludes and promethylene.
Come on, everyone wants Quaaludes and promethazine, little syrup and ludes,
Purple drink.
ludes.
Purple drink. Well, to his credit, he probably was thinking like, well, it was popular back then. I can
bring it back.
Bringing it back.
I can be the one to bring it back, just like they do. They bring back old movies.
He's the fire starter. I like it.
Twisted fire starter.
Yeah.
The hardest thing about making promo with codeine, though, is that you're trying to mix an acid and a base, and you're trying to find just the right amount of what is it called? Buffer, so that they don't solidify.
Actually, the hardest part is just you pass out normally while you're making it because you're sampling it the whole time.
So we used to do. I know Ben can verify this. We used to smoke. One of our good friends. Yeah, we were draped up and dripped out. Know what it's all about.
Talk about 3.
So we would smoke. The term we used for them was bats.
Yeah.
So we already, you smoke regular, your blunts or whatever region of the country you're from, spliffs, blunts, whatever. Slicing up a cheap cigar, throwing the weed in there, but we'd take the extra step because of the popularity here in the city of Houston in the 90s of codeine. Certain street dealers would accumulate large jugs, basically.
Just have troughs.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
troughs.
brother. Yeah. This is like
you can take a
ours,
bath in some of this.
Yeah, bro. We're not going to name names, but just like you buy Clorox bleach, like that kind of a jug, like at the grocery store, that of fucking codeine, pure. Okay.
Yep.
Damn, dude.
So we had connects, right? So we never had to buy weed. We never had to do any of that shit. We had good friends. So, when that shit really was popular at the height of, we're just going to take a little cultural bath right now and bask in the glory of Houston in the 90s. were codeine, sir, all that shit, man, that came like in the early 2000s. That all started here, bro. That popularity of that shit.
Yeah,
we were on the fucking like,
oh yeah,
we really were like, to be honest, I'm not trying to be like, oh, we were doing it before it was cool, but in a sense, we kind of were. So fucking whatever.
A-Sound laid it down, bro.
We were. This was like we were in high school, and just one of our fucking friends had, like I said, like fucking containers, like gallon jugs of this shit.
Oh,
so we would dip. So you'd suck it through, like you'd roll a blunt and suck. You'd suck the codeine through, like fucking pure codeine, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And
Wait a second.
You'd suck it through the blunt, like, so one motherfucker would be
my
nominated,
God.
and this was pre-COVID, mind you. So we're all sharing shit, like, so don't get all creeped out. That's a whole nother factor. Everybody gets all weird about
sharing shit now,
passing a joint around. But like, if somebody was sick back then, you just roll that dude his own joint, like whatever. So you'd suck, you'd get a cap. So you'd pour a cap of it, and then you'd dip the blunt in it, and then whoever was nominated would sit there and would suck it.
Oh yeah,
like through. So it's sit there, and then you'd let it.
Wait, I wasn't there at that party, bro. I'm sorry, dude. No.
I can sense I'm gonna do a little editing just to make this sound cooler.
Yo,
but anyway. You'd basically you'd pull the liquid. You'd pull the liquid through. You'd pull the liquid through the blunt that you had just rolled, and then it would be like heavy as fuck.
It was game over.
Like, oh shit, it was a bat. So then you'd pass this shit around, and it was a whole nother experience.
Nice. So you get the effects of THC and then the downer
and
of the codeine.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you would just literally go to fucking Pluto. It was fucking redonkulous.
I never done that. I wouldn't do it. It's but
dude, it's better than embalming fluid.
Right.
Oh God.
Which that was pretty popular prior
formaldehyde.
Yeah. Bro. You want to go to? Oh my God, people never came back. Yeah, people never came back ever. I knew there's still some dude in my neighborhood right now. I guarantee you, he's my age, riding around on the same BMX bike. He never fucking came back. He was smoking that shit all the time, bro. He's still on that bike doing circles in his cul-de-sac.
Smoking that Sherm.
Dude.
The doctor, when I was a kid, gave me a spray bottle of formaldehyde to spray in my feet for some goddamn reason. I forgot.
Your feet?
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck was wrong with your feet?
Yeah,
Did you,
I don't know, dude.
Step in like devil shit? Like, what is wrong with you?
Give me formaldehyde. And my brother would say, "Hey, are they gonna embalm you or something?" And I said, "No, why?"
Well,
I don't know.
Probably because that piece was just causing so much damage to your feet. You had to protect it.
Maybe.
I
did walk around barefoot a lot when I was a kid, so I don't know.
Oh boy,
yeah, man. I mean, as did we all.
We all did, man. We ran those streets.
We ran those streets
with barefoot,
with bare feet, and that's okay. Let your kids run around a little bare feet.
Yeah,
I think they need that. They need a little callus on the bottom of their feet. I don't think that's
shoes.
Yeah,
shoes are for the bourgeois.
They really are. Bare feet's the way to go. 2021. Man, I can't believe it's almost summer already. Yeah, got all kinds of plans, man. I got some beach aspirations.
Oh,
but
shit.
You know what I mean? In the meantime, it's been a wonderful show. We discussed loose tigers in your
ass
residential neighborhoods that you might have to watch out for. We discussed, what else did we discuss? Drugs. We discussed
lots of drugs.
We discussed inflation. We discussed oil, hacking conspiracies. We discussed, we just created a beautiful piece of a painting.
Oh,
worthy of it's a painting.
It's a painting. It's a Rembrandt of what is society.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our starry night.
It's our starry night. So
right. And we have one next week, hopefully, which will be another starry night, I guess. I hope.
Yeah. Hopefully, because you never know.
We're gonna create new works of art every time, bro. Every time.
If there's any Bengal tigers running around your neighborhood, you should be very cautious and just hope that there is an off-duty officer with the firearm ready to put
Ace
an
him.
end to it, ace him.
Actually, you should just
Full on
hope you're
return.
inside your fucking house. Okay, if there's a loose tiger, just pray you're inside your house.
Loose tiger. And that, you know, that always bums me out because like I said, I'm a big I'm a big proponent of
Loose tigers.
I like to jog. No, but I'm always out, man. I'm always riding my bike. I'm always jogging, like kind of on the daily type of shit. So loose wild animals that can kill me are not cool. And I'm not really
just like you said, man, you're just one asshole away from getting a wild animal to attack you.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much, dude.
Yep.
So think twice. I'm still gonna be out there
because you're
doing
brave.
my thing. If there's a
I'm not,
tiger,
man.
I think I got that fucking pedal speed. I think I think on my bike I can outrun a tiger. Maybe.
No, you can't. You're fucking dead.
I'm gonna be in my house
dead.
ordering
Bro, I'm so
Uber Eats,
fast.
not
You haven't
me.
seen me, dude.
Bro.
B, you haven't seen me.
Bro,
You know
you're
how
gonna
fast I am.
die. That fucking tiger's gonna fuck you up. You're just gonna be dead. So no. So if you're in the west part of Houston, stay inside, okay? You're not gonna beat
stay
the
inside,
tiger on your
'cause
bike.
I don't know, dude. We cannot confirm where the fuck that tiger. They don't know where it is.
Oh my
So
god.
good luck to that. It's probably in some park somewhere. So good luck.
Yeah.
Walking your kid with a stroller. So
Oh,
that should be
God.
fun.
Well, with that being said, I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful evening and you feel secure in your homes. And where can
Cuddle
they
up with a
reach,
blanket.
where they can reach us out at B?
Yeah, pretty much. Instagram is the biggest piece of our puzzle at skip_the skip_the_noise_podcast. You can also reach us on Twitter at skip the noise po1. You can also reach us on Facebook, skip the noise, like it's one word, podcast, like it's the second word, like the first name, last
That
name
was great.
type of scenario.
That's great.
Sweet.
You like that description?
It's fucking awesome.
So you can find it. It is the stroke of midnight. So Rick's about to turn into a pumpkin. So has Ben.
That's right.
There are a couple of pretty little princesses.
We are. We're that bear little
Just trying to-
princesses. We love it.
Just trying to avoid them loose tigers. So everybody have a good night. Have a good week. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll post it episodes.
The fuck is he going? Where are you going?
I don't
Where are you
know.
going? And so to wrap this one up, you motherfuckers keep it real, represent, and please stay away from any loose tigers tonight. All right. Cool.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.